For this video, we're going to take a look at density. Formula for density is equal to mass divided by volume. This is probably something that you've seen in your science classes, but we're going to start to pull it into our math volume lessons. So with density, if you open up your foldable, density is defined as mass per unit of volume. So basically, density is calculated by dividing the mass of an object by its volume. So density is mass divided by its volume. And so we should probably talk a little bit about units. Standard units for density. If you have a solid, it's going to be something like grams per centimeters cubed. Liquids might be something like grams per milliliter, and gases might be something like grams per milliliter. All right, if we open up our foldable, where we have a page that says all about density. So to find mass, mass is the amount of matter in an object. To find mass, place the object on a balance and record its mass in grams. So to find mass, we're basically looking at the amount of matter in an object. And for a lot of our problems, the mass will be given to us, but usually our units for mass are going to be in grams. To find volume, we measure the standard object in cubic centimeters. For irregular objects, we find the volume by the displacement method, which you probably won't do too much in math, mostly in science. So we've talked a lot about volume. Volume is how much something can hold. And when we measure volume, we use our units cubed. Okay, the water displacement method is really just something that you'll probably look at in science, but that's when you fill a graduated cylinder with a measurable amount of water, and then you place the object in the cylinder and observe how much water is displaced, or how the water changes. And then you just subtract the first water level from the new water level. So this is when you can place an object in a graduated cylinder and compare the water levels. So again, it's probably not something that we're going to do, but I just wanted to give you a sense of where mass comes from, or where density comes from, how you can find the mass, how you can find the volume, and how we can use the water displacement method, because that probably is something that they will have you do in science. All right, so I'm going to fold that up a little bit. And we're going to go over to the second foldable for today, which is calculating density. With this one, what we want to do is take a look at just a couple of problems dealing with density. Make sure that you know how to solve them, and then I'll have you try a couple on your own. So if we open that up, we have 6 examples in here. The first one says a substance has a mass of 10 grams and a volume of 5 centimeters cubed. Calculate the density. So we know that our formula is density is equal to mass divided by volume. And we know that the mass of our object is 10 grams. And we know that the volume is 5 centimeters cubed. And so if we take 10 and divide by 5, we get 2 grams per centimeters cubed. So our density is 2 grams per centimeters cubed. Okay, let's do one more together. The second one says a liquid has a volume of 4 milliliters and a mass of 24 grams. What is the density of the liquid? So again, density is mass divided by volume. In this case, our volume is 4 milliliters and our mass is 24 grams. And if we divide 24 by 4, we end up getting 6. And so our density would be 6 grams per milliliter. All right, so see if you can try the other 4, see what you come up with, and we'll take a look at this a little bit more tomorrow.